What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Oklahoma High School Dynasty using NCAA 14, and of course featuring that Oklahoma high school football mod as well. The Gore Pirates have been off to a fast start, but we are currently on a 3-game losing streak, and we're going to try to break that losing spell here at home, as we are also taking on an up and down Piedmont Wildcat squad. Now, the Wildcats are 4-5, and offensively they are a little bit challenged. They're a C- overall offense, but they have a very solid defense with a B- defense. Either way, we are expected to be outmatched here yet again, as the Wildcats of Piedmont, they're supposed to have a better team on paper than what we have for our football team as well. So if we're going to break this 3-game losing streak, we're going to have to play clean football. We have to make sure that we are actually taking care of the ball. We do have very little margin for error, which we found that out the hard way over the course of these last 3 weeks. So here's to going out there and trying to make sure that we can break this spell. Let's see if we can do just that. So should be an exciting one either way. I hope you guys are excited for it as well. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. If you happen to be brand new, let's go ahead and jump into some 4A action here in UK mod. Let's get it, boys. Alright, boys, so Piedmont did decide to go ahead and defer for the second half, so we actually get the ball to get things started, and we're going to start with a good run play up the gut for Vita St. Louis. And Vita St. Louis is going to pick up a good chunk of yards for us. A 5-yard gain on the run helps us set up a very manageable third down. I think we can certainly convert. Let's see if we can pick it up with our quarterback, Caden Doman, who's got some time on the play action and finds an open Beef Wellington over the middle. He's going to pick up 21 on the play. So that is going to be a first down for your Gore Pirates, as we're now at midfield all of a sudden. And that's just what it's all about, baby. Just could continue to be ahead of the chains. That's all we got to do, baby. Let's see if we can set him up on another play action. As we set up the play action screen, it works to perfection. And now there's Vita St. Louis off to the races. He picks up a gain of 10 on the play. So now we find ourselves in Piedmont territory, as we're looking to take it right to the Wildcats, as we pick up yet another 6 yards with Vita St. Louis. He hasn't broken out that big run yet. He really hasn't done that, but he's always been good for 4, 5, 6 yards. That's one thing that I do really like about Vita St. Louis. He just keeps us ahead in the chains. It puts us in these manageable third downs where Delman can just create with his legs. And Jody Gentry certainly does that today. 25-yard gain on the run. And now it's a goal line situation here. Delman under center. See if we can line it up with Vita St. Louis trying to pound it in. And we get the... Oh, no, we do not. Wow, Vita St. Louis cannot punch it in. And now it's going to be 4th and goal. We line up in the shotgun formation. We're actually going to pass forward here. Looking around it. Don't like what we saw. So we're going to run with Caden Doman, who finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about from Caden Doman now. Just making the plays when it matters the most. And we'll take a quick break as we got a studio update. Ada and Newkirk are going to fight for their lives right now. It is all tied up at 7. Ada is a team that we lost to earlier this year. They actually lost pretty handily, so wouldn't mind seeing Ada win that game so that our loss looks a little bit better on paper, as now Piedmont will go ahead and take over here late in the first quarter. And that's the beautiful thing about Gore Pirate football, is that we can drain this clock whenever we get our offense moving. We love those methodical drives. Speaking of methodical drives, looks like Piedmont is going to go look for a big play. They might get it from Brent down the sideline. Oh, man, he is going to be off to the races, and he is going to be gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Wildcats. And Piedmont, just in the blink of the eye, they are going to tie the game right away. Oh, baby. You'll absolutely hate to see it. As, you know, we had some guys that had a chance to make a play on this ball, and it hurts when you get dusted by a running back that doesn't even have gloves on. Like, come on now, we got to be a little bit better than that. So it's a tie ball game nonetheless. It's all knotted up at 7 apiece, as now we'll run it out on the perimeter for Vita St. Louis, who picks up a gain of 7. So another solid drive could be coming our way, as Doman's going to scramble to the right. He's got a little bit of time, jumps it off to Vita St. Louis, man. There he is, just an open space. I wasn't completely sure if he was in bounds, though, so we are going to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, waiting for Jody Gentry to finally get set. He does, and we will get Doman out. The snap is off, and we find Beef Wellington out in the right-hand corner. That's an 18-yard catch, baby. Let's go. So here we are in Piedmont territory once again, as they're going to run the option. Doman out in open space, gets absolutely crushed, but he will hang on to the football nonetheless. First down for the Gore Pirates. It's now 2nd and 10 coming up. Doman out in open space yet again. He's going to fire it out to Vita St. Louis on the screen and picks up a good chunk of yards. And again, it's a short 3rd down coming right up. A critical one, as we are in the red zone for the 2nd time today. Doman's going to hand it off to the back of Carl Durant. He might get into the end zone. No, he gets chopped down. Those shoestring tackles from behind. But Carl Durant picks up 15. Big run there for Carl Durant. He's been a nice change of pace back for the Pirates this year. He'll come out onto the field as we go with our more pass catchers, where Jake Durant handles the rest. He will find the end zone, and that is a touchdown for your Gore Pirates, as that will be hit over the right-hand side. I mean, the dude was in some wide open space there. But that will bring an end to our first quarter of action, and we get another studio update. Newkirk is ahead of Ada, 14-7. This could stop Ada from being ranked in the Oklahoma Preps version of Max Preps, so that's a big deal if that score can hold up. But a very entertaining first quarter so far. We are up by a score. So we jump back into the second quarter of action, and we actually force Piedmont to go into a 3 and out. So now we'll go ahead and jump right into things as we try to throw over the middle to Fehrenbacher, but Fehrenbacher cannot hang on and make a play on the ball. So it is 2nd and 10 instead, as we'll try to pass once more. We're going to get it out to Jody Gentry, who picks up a gain of 7 there. And again, a short 3rd down coming up. That's why we've been so successful so far on these 3rd downs. As Doman's going to line up under center, trying to hand it off to Vita St. Louis, but the Piedmont defense is going to respond. And honestly, we're feeling a little spicy. The offense is playing well. Surely we can pick up 1 singular yard, right? No, Vita St. Louis gets denied, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. We took a risk there going forward in our own territory, and it could be backfiring horribly. Piedmont's going to start out in our own side of the field, and they have a chance to tie things up as their quarterback, Cotton, he's going to take it out to about the 35-yard line. It was a bold strategy for Cotton to keep it, but it works out for him. Gain of 8, as they'll go back to the triple option. Leahy misses, so Andrew Cotton able to get into open field a 2nd time. And Andrew Cotton again with a 1st down. Leading the Wildcats deep in the Gore territory, but we're going to knock him right back as Andrew Cotton tries to pass, but Cairo Cox is having none of it. He's going to light him up. And now it's a 3rd and 19. Wildcats do not pass the ball very often. So here we are, 3rd and 19 now in the shotgun. Dropping back, Cotton looks over the middle, finds Anderson, picks up quite a few yards on that play. But all it does is make this field goal a lot easier. Looks like it's going to be about a 45-yard field goal, give or take. And he'll knock it right through. You'll love to see it if you're rooting for these kickers. And we got an upset alert on our hands as well. Chalktown, the number 5 team in the Oklahoma. Well, Lone Grove is giving them a game they won't soon forget. They are up 27-21. So now we jump back onto the field with 3 minutes left here in this first half, as Caden Doman going to scramble, but dumps it off to Fehrenbacher. Didn't like the scrambles upfield, so he's going to let the tight end do some work. He'll be able to go ahead and get his first catch of the day. As I'll go ahead and line up yet again, 2nd and 4, as Carl Durant gets into open space. Man, it's another good run for Carl Durant. He's been having an excellent day so far. Just being that dramatic change of pace back is Vita St. Louis. He's more of our bell cow, thumper, if anything. He's not as fast as Carl Durant, but he can hit somebody real well, and he's better in pass protection too. So that's why you don't see a lot of Carl Durant, even though he does have that elusive speed to him. But we're getting into the last couple of minutes of this first half, so we're going to try to run some no huddle. Pirate offense has been running well, but I want to add another score on the board as Kanan Doman nearly gets sacked, but gets it off in the nick of time. But it's going to be a 3rd and long waiting for us, though, as we have a 3rd and 8 coming up. The screens have been working really well for us today, so we're going to try to set it up yet again. But Vita St. Louis gets caught in the backfield, and Piedmont is going to take their first timeout. They want this ball back real quick. However, we will not try to allow that to happen, as we're going to go for it here once again on 4th down. Doman drops back, but it's going to run out of time, and we will turn this football over on downs once again. The pressure gets to our senior quarterback, and once again, the Piedmont defense, well, it's going to stand tall. So the Wildcats will take over with a chance to take the lead before we go into halftime. And how about that hit, man? Andrew Connon, man, he took an absolute shot. Edward Waters was having none of the scrambling right now. But they're going to go into their no huddle, which I don't know how they're able to do this. But it looks like they go into their no huddle late. So Connon again throws to the right-hand side, gets it out to Zach Anderson, where the Wildcats will go ahead and use their second timeout. They still have one timeout left to work with, as Connon will drop back, looks over to the right-hand side, gets it out to Herdon. And Eric Herdon is going to pick up another first down. The Wildcats are on the move. Connon putting together a great drive. We have not really seen any of this in the first half, to be honest with you. This is not what we typically see from Piedmont. This is something that they usually like to run the ball a lot. And now here's Connon running this 2-minute offense and looks surprisingly comfortable doing it, man. You love to see it. And now it's a 3rd and short coming up as Connon drops back to pass. He wants to scramble for the first down, but it's not going anywhere. Andrew Connon is going to be denied. And they're also feeling lucky right now. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They believe in their running attack. 4th and 1. The goal line sets here for both teams, and they're going to run the option. But Connon has nowhere to go. And looks like it might have been our safeties that are getting in there on the action. And that was critical because that allows us to keep this halftime lead going into the second half. But so, with that being said, second half officially underway. We held Piedmont to a 3 and out, and we're going to start in the second half with a big throw to Beef Wellington. He has the chance to take it the distance, but he's going to be brought down instead. Huge play there for Beef Wellington. That is our most explosive play of the entire game so far. And now we're looking to build off of it. Carl Durant ready to take the carry. He's got some space in open field, and he'll pick up yet another first down. Carl Durant continues to be an X factor. His 4th carry goes for a good game. And now here he is in run blocking. Blocking for the other running back, Vita St. Louis. And Vita St. Louis will pick up a few yards there, as we now see a 3rd and short coming up. We'll see if we can get this toss out over to the right-hand side, and Vita St. Louis. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be a touchdown for your Gore Pirates, as Vita St. Louis is going to extend this lead out to 11 points. And it's only going to get better. We force Piedmont to go 3 and out on the next possession. And on this punt return, you know, I always show special teams for a certain reason. And Austin Price, he's going to create some lightning in a bottle down the sideline. Oh, he gets brought down, but a great return, 22 yards. And we start out in Piedmont territory, our best field position of the entire day. We're going to run it with Vita St. Louis, who follows the blocks and picks up a gain of 10. That is a first down for Gore High. As now, 1st and 10 following that run. We're going to go some play action. We threw it up for Vorenbacher. But that was a dangerous throw. Glad that falls harmlessly to the ground. But we're in a 3rd and 6, though. Going to try to pull a fast one with a halfback draw. But via St. Louis, he's got nowhere to go. So that's going to be a big decision time for Coach McCown. What does he do? He is going to go for it. It's been a mixed bag on 4th downs. 1 for 3 today. 4th and 9 coming up. Doman's going to drop back. Looks around. Tries to get out to Justin Credible, but he can't get himself upfield. So once again, a promising drive ends up being no good. We don't come away with anything yet again. It's been multiple missed opportunities all day long. So Piedmont is going to get ready to snap this ball yet again. It's going to get out to the open space to the main man, Javon Britt. Javon Britt has the only touchdown for the Piedmont Wildcats today. And we're looking to keep it that way. 2nd and short coming up. Cotton got some time in the pocket, throws it over the middle, and finds Sean Ryan, who's going to make his first catch of the day. Only took 3 quarters to do it, but he does finally get on the score sheet in a positive way. Speaking of guys on the score sheet, how about O'Keezy Williams getting crushed by Jarrett Jackson? Jarrett Jackson been doing a fine job today out in coverage and also playing in that box. So now, 3rd and 14, they're just going to try to load it up, and Anderson almost comes down with that ball. But thankfully, it does get broken up yet again, and it does seem like the Piedmont Wildcats, well, they will have to go ahead and punt this ball away. We got one good punt return out of Austin Price today, and we'll see if we can make it a 2nd one. As Price, he's going to bounce it out to the left-hand side. He's out in open space, down the sideline. Oh, he needs to beat the punter. But the rest of the team catches up, but it's a even better punt return. 32 yards. And now that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. What will be that final play? A halfback screen out in open space. It's Vita St. Louis, who gets across the 35 almost to that 30-yard line as well. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be a conclusion to your 3rd quarter. The Gore Pirates up 21-10, and they're looking for that nail in the coffin. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here in the 4th quarter of action. Here comes the Pirates looking to put the nail in the coffin. Doman drops back, wants to run, but gets collapsed in on in the pocket. Doman gets dropped by 4 Sickles. Now that is an incredible name, one that leads him to a sack. And now it's 3rd and 13. Trying to get a big play downfield. Got 3 wide to the right. Doman scrambles to the right-hand side. Looking for someone that gets open. Finds Justin Credible, who makes the catch, but is going to be short of the sticks. Are we going to try for a 4th down conversion yet again? It looks like yes, we are. We are not scared. Scared money don't make any money is what the great Uncle Sam once said. And we're going to heed that advice going forward on 4th down. Vita St. Louis on the outside. And he breaks the tackle. Not only picks up the 1st down, but nearly finds the end zone as well. You love to see it. So now goal line opportunity awaits for the Gore Pirates. 1st and goal inside the 5. It's going to be a fullback draw. Jake Durant finds his way in. Touchdown, Pirates. And Gore High extends the lead. And that fat lady should be singing, but let's check out some other games around the state. How about Lone Grove, a shocker, and Choctaw High, as they lose 38-35 at a desperate shootout. Lone Grove gets above 500, and we're going to see how far Choctaw falls. In the meantime, in 4A sectional action, we got a close one between Washington and Cassia Hill. That's a 28-all game as well. Could go either way. So the Wildcats down by 18 with 5 minutes to play in the ball game. They're going to have to go fast, but they're going to continue to go with that run game, and Williams gets out in the open space. O'Keezy Williams, someone that we haven't really talked about today, well, he finally gets out in the open space for the first time in a minute. That's his longest carry of the day. 9 carries for 14 yards, so it's been tough. This hasn't been for Andrew Cotton as well. Just hasn't really found a rhythm today. 2nd and 10 coming up. Cotton drops back, looks over to the left-hand side. He's got a receiver, and Sean Ryan will come down with it just in time, trying to break it up, but he did not get there soon enough, however. So again, here comes the Wildcats in Gore territory. Cotton looks over to the right-hand side. He's brought down by Jarrett Jackson, who makes the quick tackle, but the Wildcats will go into their no huddle. We're not surprised. It's now or never. Cotton dropping back, looks again over to the right-hand side, and it's going to be incomplete. A drop pass that would have led to a first down. Instead, it's 3rd and 4, and Piedmont has struggled mightily today on 3rd downs. 1-4-7. As Cotton is going to go with a play fake over to the right-hand side, and it make it 1 for 8. As that is Edward Waters that is going to bring him down in the backfield. It's not a backward pass, but we sure made it look like that, didn't we? So 4th and 5, and a first down that Piedmont must get. In the shotgun is Andrew Cotton. He's got 4 wide. Cotton looks to the right-hand side, and Eric Herndon is going to bring it in, and Piedmont is going to remain alive. But for how much longer? On life support is the Wildcats. Cotton looks to the right-hand side and gets it out to Ryan Redon. And Redon, while making the catch, fails to get out of bounds, so that clock is still running. We're confused. Looking over the right-hand side, and they take advantage. So a 2nd and 10 coming up here as they pick up a first down there, as Williams is going to spin his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Okeezy Williams is going to finally get that big run that he's looking for, but it will not be enough. It's just that classic case of too little too late. Your Gore Pirates are going to win yet again, and finally breaking that losing streak that felt like we've been on for a minute now. We win 28-17, looking like the team that we've been looking like back in the early portions of season number 1. A great team win. Now this game right here that we just finished up, I think this might be the best game that Gore has played all season long. We could have put up 30 plus easily, but I think it was one of those things where we played a little bit of trestle ball in the second half. We did what we needed to do to get the surefire victory and finally end this losing streak. Now, usual suspects on our team were able to play good ball here today. Caden Doman took real good care of the football. 18 for 22, 203 yards, and a passing touchdown. On the ground, though, the running game was able to get going in a big way. Vita St. Louis nearly had 100 yards on the ground. He had 98 yards and a touchdown. So did Caden Doman, was able to find his way into the end zone. Jake Durant found the end zone on the ground. And then how about Carl Durant? Carl Durant is somebody that has not gotten a lot of playing time this year, but he has a season high of 39 yards. He made the most of his playing time that he was given today. Now, for the receivers, a bunch of different receivers stepped up for us here as well today, but notably, Vita St. Louis actually caught most of our balls. The halfback screens were working pretty well today, 6 catches for 48 yards. Beef Wellington, though, had our biggest play from scrimmage all day long. He had that 45-yard catch, and he almost ends up with 100 yards, even though he only had 4 targets today. But it was Jake Durant, the tight end, who ends up finding the end zone through the air. He has the only passing touchdown from Caden Doman. But the $1 million difference for our team that we haven't really seen in the last 3 weeks is that our defense, well, they've played extremely much better. Much better. Jarrett Jackson led the team in tackles today. He was that 8th man in the box for us. Jarrett Jackson had 9 tackles, 6 solos, multiple TFLs, and a sack as well. And then you have our junior linebacker, Adrian Waters, who was also able to get 5 tackles on the day as well. We did also manage to get multiple sacks. Not only do we have Jarrett Jackson get into the backfield, but Cairo Cock, our senior defensive captain, he also found the quarterback today as well. And while it didn't mean that we get any turnovers by any stretch of the imagination, listen, we played good fundamental football, and it just feels nice that we were able to finally break this losing streak that we have been on as of late. So it does feel extremely good to come out and finally break our losing streak, and we finally get into a groove and a rhythm once again at the perfect time, because the most difficult part of our schedule, these last 3 games that are coming up, they are going to be brutal. 2 of the next 3 games that we have are going up against teams that are ranked in the top 25 according to OK Preps, the Oklahoma version of Max Preps. So we're gonna have to bring the A game, and hopefully the teams that we play against might need to make a mistake or two if we want to come out and win a game or 2 in this final stretch. But we are in a position to have a winning record here in year number 1, and considering that we have not played anybody where you look at the roster and say, yeah, we have the better guys than the other team, I think this is a huge success no matter what happens in the last 3 games. But I will leave this big time matchup against Olaso for the next episode. We'll see if we can pull off that massive upset at home. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this series so far, because I've been having an absolute blast. If you been having a blast with me as well, I need you to go ahead and do a couple of things for me. Go ahead and hit that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you have to be brand spanking new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.